All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from Bristol. Dylan Schreiner and Cody Burke on the front row. Austin Ruskoff, Andy Kirchenbauer on the second row. Brandon Jennings, Patrick Pieper on the third row. Kyle Reeder, Chad Ragsdale on the fourth. CJ Jeffries and Nicholas Johnson round out the top 10. Curtis Mitchell starting in 11th next to Matthew Logan in 12th. Devin McDonald in 13th. Richie Ragsdale in 14th. Garrett Corn in 15th. Alex Harper starts in 16th. David Farnan, Ryan Philbrick, Ryan McDaniel, and Tyler Thomas round out the top 20. Brian Hewitt in 21st next to Ryan Caldwell in 22nd. Scott Romey in 23rd. Jacob Morgan 24th. Jesse Gordon starting in 25th. Joshua Rudolph 26th. Dakota Brown, Richie Jomplin, Ethan Johnson, and Gerald Poole round out the field here tonight. "30 cars on a high-banked, high-speed, half-mile track. What could possibly go wrong? Everybody getting stacked up on the grid. All right, the drivers are rolling. Hey, good evening, JR. How are you? Down the back straightaway, the pace car will take him around one more time. Dylan Schreiner currently leading the points, starts out front, but the Dominator sitting in second. Can he reclaim the top spot tonight? I understand that one, JR. All right, the pace car will duck in turn 4. Dylan Schreiner in control out front. The pace car dives in. Here they come. And the green flag flies. We are underway at Bristol. Dylan got a great start. Cody right to his bumper. Andy Kirchenbauer already jumping up to third. Everybody keeps them pointed the right way as they complete the first lap. And everybody out there battling. We saw a lot of loose race cars in practice. There's one back behind. Looks like Tyler Thomas got a bit loose out of the turn. He has saved it. And we've got one around up front. Caution. Brian Hewitt turned around. Let's see if we can see what happened with Brian Hewitt. There's Brian on the bottom in the Hellman's car. Ooh, he grazes the wall in the front stretch, gets it gathered up, heads down into turn 2. Looks like Caldwell may have just given him a little kiss coming out of turn 2, just enough to send him around. And does look like everybody had to stop for a moment to let the pace car catch up. And it does appear the Dominator took the lead right before the caution. So Cody the Dominator Burke out front. And just want to make sure we give a shout out to Cody Burke and his family. They have been through a very traumatic week, and our thoughts and prayers are with you guys. Cody definitely racing with a heavy heart here tonight. As always, folks, if you have a favorite driver in the field, don't forget to drop in the comments. Let us know who you're cheering for. As the field begins to stack back up, they get the 1 to green. JR cheering on Richie Joplin. Richie wasn't even sure if he was going to race tonight. He had a pretty good run Thursday night. We'll see how he does here. Looks like they got a delay of the green flag as Nick is cheering on Curtis Mitchell. Curtis already up into the top 10 and 10th. Now they get the 1 to green. All right, now the pace car dives in. Cody Burke in control. Green flag back in the air. Burke quickly away. Schreiner into second. Some of these newer tire models on iRacing getting more and more realistic. That does mean these heat cycles these tires go through will have an impact on handling. Does look like, oh, Chad Ragsdale loose out of 4 to the inside. No caution yet. He cleared the racing surface. See if we can take a quick look at Chad's incident. There's Chad in the purple car. Up top, that high line, all the drivers saying that high line is loose, especially on warm tires. And he had a hard hit, but he keeps going. Chad Ragsdale has gone to pit road. Actually, let's take a quick look. Yeah, he's got issues. Kyle Reeder now up into 7. Chad Ragsdale on his way back out. And Cody Burke already starting to pull away from the field as Dylan Schreiner and Indy Kirchenbauer battle it out. Alex cheering on Curtis. Oh, we've got one slow in the front stretch. Garrett Korn. Several drive. Garrett has gone to pit road. See if we can see what happened with Garrett coming into turn 3. Up top. And he is trying to battle, but he gets loose up top. Has to check up, gets a bump from behind, hard into the wall. And looks like he broke something on the car. It just wouldn't turn. Well, it's an eventful start to the race. Cody Burke now has a 1 1/4 second lead over Dylan Schreiner and Indy Kirchenbauer. Pieper in 4th. Nicholas Johnson in 5th. Austin Ruskoff in 6th. Kyle Reeder in 7th. Brandon Jennings now to 8th. CJ Jeffries in 9th. And Curtis Mitchell in 10th. Richie Ragsdale now up into 11th. Devin McDonald in 12th. Matthew Logan in 13th. David Farnan in 14th. Ryan Philbrick in 15th. Scott Roney up 7 spots into 16th. Alex Harper in 17th. But Ethan Johnson up 11 spots into 18th. And Richie Ragsdale is slow up on the high side. Richie lost a lot of ground quite suddenly. We've been seeing these guys getting loose up top. They did raise the incident count for tonight because they knew these drivers would be bouncing off the wall to some degree. Ethan Johnson is continuing to march forward. Ethan now at 13 spots into 16th. Jesse Gordon up 8 spots into 17th. Scott Roney up 5 spots into 18th. Richie Joplin up 7 spots into 21st. And Gerald Poole, who did not qualify, up 7 spots to 23rd. Meanwhile, the Dominator's lead continues to grow, but an even bigger factor tonight will be lap traffic. The longer they are green, the more likely we're at caution. Caution is back out. Looks like Richie Ragsdale, David Farnan, and Brandon Jennings involved. All right, there's Ragsdale in the blue and white car. Oh, looks like he came down as the car. Richie Joplin came up. And then David Farnan and Brandon Jennings also having a problem. There's Farnan going off into 1 and 2. Oh! Well, Brandon was stopped on the track and Farnan found him. There's Brandon up top on the hot loose up top. Ouch, Farnan had nowhere to go. Several drivers do come to pit road. Looks like some of the scoring may have gone wonky. Drivers trying to get themselves sorted out. Tyler Thomas, Austin Ruskoff, Nicholas Johnson, David Farnan, all pit road. Scott Roney also came to pit road under the caution. Looks like Indy Kirchenbauer has also made a pit stop here. Well, Patrick Pieper is currently being scored as the leader, as they get the 1 to green and stack up. May try and get a word here in a moment with race control. And here we go, pace car dives in, and the green flag flies again, Pieper's away. Patrick to the lead as CJ Jeffries and Kyle Reeder battle it out. Curtis Mitchell now up into 4th, Devin McDonald up to 5th. Ryan Philbrick continues marching his way forward, now up 11 spots into 7th, but the man on the move is Ethan Johnson, up 20 spots into 9th. Dominator currently sitting in 6th place. It does look like Cody did make a quickie pit stop. That slipped him back into 6th. Everybody else in the top 5 stayed out. And Mark the Man D'Antuma in race control saying chaos tonight. Jesse Gordon also on the move up 15 spots into 10th. Mitchell has slipped back a couple of spots since the restart, still holding on to 6th. As Ryan Philbrick and Dylan Schreiner, though, closing in from behind, as well as Ethan Johnson. Ethan has marched through this field since the drop of the green. Patrick Pieper, CJ Jeffries, both up front. Both drivers, playoff contenders. A win here tonight would be huge. And the caution is back out. Ryan Caldwell and Brian Hewitt involved. All right, there's Brian Hewitt in the 119. Coming down the front stretch into turns 1 and 2. Oh, Hewitt gets wickedly loose. Saves it by the time he gets into turn 3. Just in time for Caldwell to collect him. There's Ryan up top. You saw how loose he was up on the high side. These guys making the move to the outside. Maybe the place to pass tonight. But man, they have their hands full when they get up top. There you see it. Back in, steps out. He bounces. Bounces off Gerald. And Brian gets the worst. Hey, good evening, Tina. How are you? So Kyle Reeder now is the lead. Reeder has not been to pit road yet. Most of the drivers said 72 to 75 laps on a tank of fuel. These pace laps will extend that dramatically. Cody Burke, Dylan Schreiner, Andy Kirchenbauer, and Alex Harper, the top 5. Matthew Logan now to 6. Jacob Morgan, Nicholas Johnson, Devin McDonald, and Joshua Rudolph round out the top 10. And what do you say we get a little loud on the restart? When the green flag drops, I'm going to shut up and let you guys crank it up. Listen to all that horsepower. All right, folks. Now they delayed the green. Now we have the 1 to green. All right, folks, get ready to crank up your volumes and listen to all the power. As here we go, through 3 and 4, pace car dives in. And the green flag flies. Crank it up, y'all. cheers for Curtis Mitchell. Curtis currently running in 11th. David May cheering him on as well. The Curtis Mitchell fan club has come out tonight. But the Dominator has reclaimed the lead and is starting to check out already. Kyle Reeder is slipping back. Kyle now back into 4th place. Jacob Morgan battling, trying to get into the top 10. Curtis Mitchell just moved into 9th. Kevin McDonald's now going to take 10th. And don't look now, here comes Richie Joplin up 17 spots into 11th. Indy Kirchenbauer's first race with SMR. The kid doing pretty good tonight. Currently runs in 2nd. The youngest member of C12 Motorsports on Wednesday night now becomes the youngest member of SMR. Nicholas Johnson's march continues. He is up into 4th place as he goes past Alex Harper in 5th. And things got a wee bit sketchy there. Oh, a lot of bumping going on back behind. Brandon Jennings all the way to the apron. Ethan Johnson lost some ground on that last caution, going to pit road for fuel. He is now back up into 15th of 14 spots and continues his run toward the front. The Dominator about to be in lap traffic. And Indy the Kid Kirchenbauer is closing in. Alex Harper holds on to 6th, battling with Dylan Schreiner for 5th. As Curtis Mitchell right behind gets closer. Brandon Jennings has had a problem. He has gone to pit road. We will not see a caution, but we will see what just happened. We saw Brandon down the apron a few moments ago. He gets the wall. Whoa, gets loose off the wall. A hard hit. Down to the inside, and he gets it towed in. As Indy Kirchenbauer has taken the lead. Indy's first time leading an SMR competition. And the kid is definitely flying here tonight. CJ Jeffries has just taken 2nd. The Dominator has slipped back to 3rd. Ethan Johnson, meanwhile, has not lifted. I doubt he has lifted anywhere on this track. Ethan, oh boy! It gets a little tight out of turn 2, and the caution is out. Alex Harper's around. And it looks like several other cars get caught up. And let's see what happened. There's Alex Harper coming down the front stretch. I don't know if he had any contact or if that was a netcode incident, but man, everybody trying to check out back behind got caught up in it. Taking a look down. There was some big netcode at play there. Nothing Alex Harper or anybody behind could do, and you saw as drivers checked up, a lot of contact and a lot of drivers go flying down the backstretch. Scott Roney, Gerald Poole, Jacob Morgan, and Alex Harper all caught a piece of it. And it looks like everybody from about 10th on back has come to pit road. A variety of different pit strategies here, some fuel only. Looks like most took 4 tires. Andy Kirchenbauer was last on pit road, lap 31, and he did take tires. Lights are back out on the pace car. Indy Kirchenbauer and CJ Jeffries out front. Indy in control of the restart. And I'm not going to say his name because I always end up jinxing him, but that guy is now up 10 spots into 9th place. He's also in a Taco Bell car, which apparently annoys Austin Ruskoff as a green flag flies. And Indy clears right up front, but CJ underneath on the attack. Drag race down into 1 and 2. Saw the Dominator check out early on in that last run. Nobody checking out here. This is going to bring the field back together. The longer they are side by side, CJ had a little bit of a bobble. Both drivers pushing it to the limit. CJ may clear. Nope, Indy comes back up top. Remember that name, Indy Kirchenbauer. He has been racing everything he can get in the real world and is winning at everything you're going to hear about him in NASCAR F1 in the next 10 years. CJ finally clears, takes the lead. Brian Hewitt has gotten the car fixed. He is back out on track now. Meanwhile, Dylan Schreiner and the Dominator battling back behind. Schreiner Curtis Mitchell in trouble. Caution is out. And it looks like the Dominator caught a piece of it. Andy Kirchenbauer appears to have also been involved. All right, keeping an eye on second place, Andy Kirchenbauer. Coming out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Oh, coming out of turn 4, he gets a bit of a love tap. And man, that starts a chain reaction. Everybody checking up. Somehow looks like most of the field made it through that okay. But Cody Burke, right as the caution comes out, gets a tap. He keeps it off the wall. Looks like Indy may have gotten the worst of that. Just shy of the halfway point. And the way this race is going, the top 5, top 10, it's changing every time the caution comes out. Top 5 is currently CJ Jeffries, Ryan Philbrick, Richie Joplin, Ryan McDaniel, and Dylan Schreiner. Kyle Reeder, Devin McDonald, Matthew Logan, David Farnan, and Austin Ruskoff round out the top 10. A lot more drivers in for 4 tires this time. And the Dominator has gone down a lap. Cody the Dominator Burke is the first car 1 lap down. We have seen him come from behind before, but man, it's Bristol. It's going to be tough. Lights are out. Here they come. The pace car dives in. CJ Jeffries in control. Green flag flies again. Mid-pack, a lot of positions changes. They go off into 1 and 2. That has allowed CJ to run away. And the caution is already back out. Looks like Gerald Poole, Chad Ragsdale, Austin Ruskoff, Curtis Mitchell caught up. Let's see what happened back behind. Oh, there was a car slow coming out of turn 4. Gerald slips by. Curtis Mitchell has a problem ahead, and Gerald had nowhere to go. Let's see what happened to Curtis coming through the turn. Has a run down the back straightaway. He gets the wall into 3. Austin Ruskoff slams the wall just ahead. He avoids that. That was a close call. Then he gets loose into 1 and 2. Tries to stop it, but at least it looks like minimal damage to Curtis Mitchell. Austin Ruskoff has significant damage. He will be in. And bad news for the rest of the field. The Dominator is back on the lead lap. He's also on 4 fresh tires. Curtis Mitchell will hold on to 13th. Got to give him credit. That was a very close call with Austin Ruskoff. He managed to save it. Just a little too hot into 1 and 2. Sends him sideways. And it looks like minimal damage to the right side of the car. It is knocked in just a little bit, but should not have too big of an impact here. Figured I'd better give an update with the Curtis Mitchell fan club in full effect tonight. Folks, don't forget, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. This race will be on YouTube in 4K tomorrow morning, and we'll have all the YouTube shorts from tonight's event out Monday or Tuesday. Alright, here they come down the backstretch. The pace car will drop in at turn 4. CJ Jeffries in control. Pace car is in. And the green flag flies again. And CJ is away like a bullet. Dylan Schreiner has made his way back to 3rd. Right behind him, Richie Joplin, David Farnan, Ethan Johnson. And all 3 of the caution is back out. Gerald Poole, Scott Roney, and potentially Austin Ruskoff involved. Alright, there's Gerald Thanos Poole up top down the back straightaway. Oh, he gets a love tap into the ouch. Then he gets a big kiss and sends him around. Scott Roney back behind. It was the one that got into him. Brony gets up into the outside wall, gets into him, finds the outside wall again. Austin Ruskov just stops to avoid it. Well, we talk about short track racing under the lights, and tempers have a tendency to flare here. Let's talk to somebody who can tell us about it. Our race control tonight, Mark the Van Dan Tuma. Hey, Mark, it's Doug. You got me?
I got you, Doug. What's up?
You're having a busy evening tonight.
I have writer's cramp from writing notes in my notebook here, so it's going to be a bad night.
I feel your pain on that one, man. We know short track racing under the lights, tempers start to flare. We've seen a couple of guys get together more than once. Are you starting to hear some tempers on the radio?
Oh, it's getting a little rough there. We're trying to keep things calm, but you know how it is when you get on these little bull rings like this. Just slightest little contact, take it personally.
Well, that is definitely true. Halfway through, man. Good luck. I think you're going to need it tonight.
I think so, too.
Good luck, buddy.
Thanks, Doug.
Mark Dantuma in race control has his hands full. How much do you not want to be race control for a race at Bristol? Dakota Brown still on pit road. Looks like Brandon Jennings is the only driver out of the race. Brian Hewitt back in 28th, Garrett Horn 27th, but they're still in the fight. "23 of the 30 cars still in the lead lap, too. As the lights go out, everybody is stacked up, ready to go. The Dominator currently back in 17th. He's got a lot of ground to cover to get to victory lane tonight. Green flag flies again. It's worth noting the Dominator so far this season, 15 wins, 22 top threes, 24 top fives out of 29 races. CJ away like a bullet. Ryan Philbrick now into second. Richie Joplin up to third. Farnan battling with Ethan Johnson. And Ethan has been marching his way forward all night. He just took fourth. Indy Kirchenbauer back up into sixth after his incident. Kyle Reeder in seventh. Kyle involved in an early incident as well, but has quietly made his way back toward the front. Patrick Pieper in eighth. Matthew Logan in ninth. Curtis Mitchell back into the top 10 in 10th. As Devin McDonald and that guy battling out for 11th. Kyle Reeder has lost some ground quite suddenly. He has slipped back to 10th as Curtis goes by up top. CJ Jeffrey, 7/10 of a second lead over Philbrick. Ethan Johnson back in third, 1.3 seconds back. And with the leader starting to check out already, could we see the rest of this race go green flag? The Dominator starting to make his way through the field, but more importantly, he is in a really good spot behind a lot of drivers. So let's take a couple laps with Cody the Dominator Burke off into 3 and 4. Looking down. Oh, Schreiner gets loose. He's got cars wrecking. Caution. Kyle redirect. Dylan Schreiner caught a piece of it as well. Let's see if we can see what happened. Alright, there's Kyle Reeder. He had slipped back to about 10th, right behind Curtis Mitchell. And we have seen every time they go to the high line here tonight, it has been catastrophic for a lot of drivers. Kyle brings it out of turn 2 down the backstretch. Oh, and some contact right in front of him. Kyle Reeder has to check up, gets bumped from behind. Curtis Mitchell was battling with the car ahead. Curtis gets a better run. Mid-turn gets into his quarter panel. And the checkup back behind brings the chaos. Caden, this late in the race, nobody is giving anybody any room. They are going to have to fight for every inch of track. Another interesting development as they start to stack back up David Farnan and Ethan Johnson, who have charged through the field all night. What in the world is Ethan doing? Both drivers have charged through the field all night. Ethan at 27 spots. They have control of the front row, but the bigger development in 6th place is the Dominator. All right, here we go. Pace car dives in. Ethan Johnson in control. And the green flag flies, and wow, Ethan is off like a shot. Farnan into second. A lot of battling just behind the top 5. Austin Ruskoff is now back up into 7. But Jesse Gordon back up in 8. Ryan McDaniel has had a problem behind. Gerald Poole has had a problem. And something has gone wrong with Curtis Mitchell. All right, let's see what happened back here. Ryan heads off. Oh, Ryan snaps big loose. On the brake, Curtis had nowhere to go. His engine lets go. Gerald Poole right behind that, looked like he avoided the worst of it. Oh, he did get a bump, and it sends him into the inside wall. Both Ryan McDaniel and Curtis Mitchell on pit road for repairs. Both drivers having a great run tonight, right up until that moment. Ethan Johnson has the lead. David Farnan on his bumper, but don't look now. Cody Burke is up top coming by. Burke to second. Burke's got a run up top. And the Dominator reclaims the lead. Holy cow, what a run for the Dominator. Ethan Johnson and David Farnan have come through this field from way, way behind tonight. They have made up a lot of ground, but the Dominator just drives by both of them. And he is already pulling away. It looks like Gerald coming to pit road. And the caution is out. And it looks like Indy Kirchenbauer may have caught a piece of it. Nevin McDonald also catching a piece of it. We're definitely going to be busy with YouTube shorts tomorrow. All right, let's see what happened here. Devin McDonald right on the back bumper of Indy Kirchenbauer. Devin gets a run down underneath. A little bit of bumping down the front stretch. And a big bump out of turn 2. Jesse Gordon catches a piece of it as well. But looks like Devin got the worst of it. Take a look from another angle here. Indy to the outside, a little contact down the front stretch. But as he exited turn 2, Devin must have thought he was clear or got a little bit loose, came up. Jesse just clips him. And great save by Indy. Cody Burke has come in. This is likely his last stop. In fact, we're likely seeing a lot of final stops. Indy Kirchenbauer, Brian Hewitt, Ryan Philbrick, Cody Burke, Patrick Pieper, Devin McDonald, Matthew Logan, Dylan Schreiner, Ryan Caldwell, Chad Ragsdale, Tyler Thomas, Devin McDonald, and many more on pit road. Likely the final stop. Everybody is within their fuel window. Only the current top three stayed out. David Farnan, Alex Harper, and Austin Ruskoff did not come in under the caution. Everybody else did. Farnan in control this time. Just over 60 laps to go. May sound like a lot, but at 15 seconds a lap, that flies by. And let's see if we can ride along on the restart with Devin McDonald back behind all of it. Devin back behind the field, and that allows you to see a lot of these guys have damage as the green flag flies again. Down into 1 and 2. He closes right back up on the cars ahead. And you see what it looks like from in the car. You are constantly reacting to the other drivers and what's going on ahead of you, and sometimes what's going on behind. Little bit loose. Wow, that got a little bit close coming out of turn 4, back down into 1 and 2. Devin just nowhere he can go. As Brian Hewitt marches ahead up top. You can see what a wild ride it is in the car. Curtis Mitchell officially out of the race apparently. That is a heartbreaking end of the night for a guy who was battling up in the top 10 all night long. David Farnan in the lead, but he has a Dominator right on his bumper, and Farnan goes to the bottom. Brian Hewitt has had a problem. He has towed it in. We will not see the caution. There's Hewitt in the 119. Oh, big loose out of 4. Big hit to the inside wall. And toes her in. Oh! Holy cow, David Farnan hard into the wall. Curtis, one heck of a run tonight, buddy. Let's see what happened with Farnan, as it looks like he has towed it in as well. Oh, Farnan way out of shape at a 4. And was it neck? Oh, holy cow. I do believe there was a little neck coat at play there. And Farnan just lost all that amazing run. Cody Burke now way out front. Alex Harper in second. Dylan Schreiner still holding on to third. Austin Ruskoff in fourth. Nicholas Johnson in fifth. And Ryan Caldwell has had a problem. He has towed it in. Caldwell up top. A lot of bow. Caldwell gets loose at a 2 and slams the inside wall as Ryan McDaniel has had a problem. Ryan up top, he kisses the wall there. Ouch, and a hard hit out of 4 and a big hit to the inside wall. Wow. And that did bring the caution out. And it looks like a large chunk of the field is in. Dylan Schreiner stays out. Nicholas Johnson stays out. Jesse Gordon, Richie Joplin, Ethan McDonald, Ethan Johnson and Devin McDonald. But now Ethan Johnson dropping in. Matthew Logan stays out. Looks like Jacob Morgan's going to stay out. Cody Burke, 4 tires and fuel, will come out about 8th. So everybody from 8th on back will have stopped. They can definitely go the distance on fuel. That did not look like a problem for any of them. I remember Dylan Schreiner is the only driver locked into the next round in the playoffs, and next week is the elimination race in New Hampshire. The remainder of the season, folks, it's going to be wild. We go back to Kansas in 2 weeks, Charlotte, Roval after that, then Vegas. Vegas will be the second elimination race. Then Talladega, Martinsville, and Phoenix, and the season finale at the Nashville Fairgrounds. And folks, if you're enjoying this, don't forget, tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern, you can see a lot of these drivers at Jones BS Racing as they run their final season Wednesday night. C12 Motorsports Gen 4 Series is back. Thursday night, Home Motorsports is back. And like I said, make sure you're following on YouTube. We're going to have a bunch of YouTube shorts coming out tomorrow. Rumor has it, I might even be trucking tomorrow afternoon. All right, pace car dives in, just over 40 to go. The green flag flies again at Bristol. And Dylan Schreiner is away. Nicholas Johnson right on his bumper. Jesse Gordon, Richie Joplin not far behind. Look who's making moves up top as we've got a problem. Out of turn 4, the caution is out. CJ Jeffries and Tyler Thomas both involved. All right, there's CJ on the bottom into 3 and 4. A big run, but he gets loose on exit. They end up briefly 4 wide. And then these guys back behind, including Tyler Thomas, is nowhere to go. Gets slammed into the outside wall. I believe Ethan Johnson got caught up in it as well. With the chaos here tonight, you have to wonder how close some of these drivers are to the incident limit. Hey, good evening, Songbird. All right, lights go out. They stack back up. They'll have about 35 laps to go on the restart. Question is, how many of them are going to be green? Still several drivers trying to get off pit road. They did delay the green. Now they get the 1 to green. Nicholas Johnson, Dylan Schreiner, Richie Joplin, Jesse Gordon, Devin McDonald, top 5. Cody Burke, Matthew Logan, Jacob Morgan, Patrick Pieper, and Austin Ruskoff have the top 10. Still 18 cars on the lead lap. Pace car dives in. And the green flag flies again. Just over 30 laps to go at Bristol. Dylan just barely ahead. Nicholas trying to get underneath. And what a run from Jesse Gordon. Man, he got a big run on corner exit. Richie Joplin, Devin McDonald closing in as well. Oh, Richie bounces off the front stretch wall. Richie's around. Cody barely misses. Caution is out. Wow. Kyle Reeder also got caught up. He is towed it in. Let's see what happened. There's Richie on the high side. You saw him just kiss the wall on the front straightaway, but up top, him and Jesse both get loose. And oh, Kyle Reeder, nowhere to go for him. Jesse Gordon also getting involved in this one. We saw him up top just lose the back end, collects Devin McDonald. But they both get straightened out. Great save. Dylan Schreiner, Nicholas Johnson, and Devin McDonald now the top three. The Dominator to fourth. Jesse Gordon's going to hold on to fifth. Matthew Logan, Patrick Pieper, Alex Harper, Ethan Johnson, and Jacob Morgan rounding out the top 10. It's worth noting Jacob Morgan started back in 24th, which is kind of appropriate. He is a Jeff Gordon fan. And has made his way up to 10th. Although once again, he did not consult with me on the paint job. If he had consulted on the paint for tonight, he'd be doing better. Everybody's starting to stack up, get sorted out. Richie Joplin slips back to 17th. A rough night for Richie. And as we have seen all night long, that high line is tricky. Seen a couple of drivers who can make it work, and man, when they do, they're unbeatable. And here we go. Nope, they extended the caution one more lap. We'll be looking at just over 25 laps to go. All right, lights are out. They're about to go back to green. It'll be 25 to go when the green flag drops. And they extended the caution yet again. The lights are back out on the pace car. Looking down at Bristol from the blimp. All right, here we go. Should be going green this time. There we go. Pace car is in. And the green flag flies again. And Dylan Schreiner leads them off into 1 and 2. Nicholas Johnson all over his bumper. As the battle is on back behind from about 5th place, Jesse Gordon, and the caution is out. The caution is back out. Ryan McDaniel and Tyler Thomas involved in this. Let's take a look at this one. Coming out of turn 2. Oh, Tyler may have come up across Ryan's nose. Let's get a better look at this one. Oh, Tyler came up, Ryan came down, they met in the middle. Ouch. Hey, good evening, Nishi. Nicholas Johnson has gone to pit road. That is unexpected. It appears he got a black flag. It does appear he has cleared it. He drove through pit road. But he is having to drop to the tail end. Doing good, buddy. How are you doing tonight? Nicholas Johnson dropping to the tail end. Man, that shakes things up a bit. And now Dylan Schreiner will be in control of the restart with Cody the Dominator Berg right next door. Looks like they did extend the caution. All right, the lights are out as they stack up for the restart. Dylan Schreiner and Cody the Dominator Berg, two of the best drivers in the league, gonna do battle with two more of the best as Jesse Gordon, Devin McDonald are right behind. And this top 10 is stacked. Things are about to get wild. Pace car is in. Green flag back in the air. Schreiner is away. The Dominator back underneath out of turn 2. But Jesse Gordon on the attack right behind. Jesse now looking to the high side on Cody. As Cody gets a run at a 2. Dylan able to use that high line momentum to caution. Caution is back out, but who was in the lead at the moment of caution? Austin Ruskoff, Ryan McDaniel, and Ethan Johnson all caught up. There's Austin Ruskoff in the 88, and oh, some net code. Ouch, ouch, and ouch. Ethan Johnson was just ahead of Austin. Ethan, big loose into the turn, gets a love tap that sends him up. Yep, that all went wrong. So Dylan Schreiner was leading at the moment of caution. Cody Burke in second, Jesse Gordon in third, Devin McDonald in fourth, Patrick Pieper now in fifth, Matthew Logan, Alex Harper, Ryan Philbrick, Richie Ragsdale, and CJ Jeffries round out the top 10. Nicholas Johnson has made his way back to 14th. But he is going to have very, very few laps to get it done. He's been one of the guys running up front all night long. The lights have come back on the pace car. And it looks like they are going to restart with about 10 to go. Folks, I recommend buckling up right about now. A 10-lap shootout at Bristol. What could go wrong there? A lot of guys still sitting on pit road trying to get back out, pick up one, maybe two spots, and picking up some points as the playoffs go on. But these two guys up front both want victory lane here tonight. The pace car dives in. Who will it be? The green flag flies. 10 to go at Bristol. Dylan away like a bullet. Cody manages to hold on to second. Jesse Gordon underneath for caution is back out. And CJ Jeffries involved. CJ has gone to pit road. Let's see what happened. There's CJ up top. They come into turn two. He gets loose. Wow, everybody. Nope. Austin once again found him. Take a look at Austin Ruskoff in the 88. That guy has not been able to avoid anything tonight. And there goes his hood once again. If there was a wreck at Talladega tonight, Austin would be involved while he's at Bristol. Well, this is going to tighten things up even more. The real question is, with these late race cautions, will we see the green-white checkered? Alright, lights are out there, stacking back up. Dylan Schreiner in control. The Dominator underneath. And the lights are back on. It looks like we're going to restart with about 4 to go. All right, now the lights are back out. And they will restart with 4 laps to go at Bristol. And if you thought it got rough earlier, I think it's about to get even bumpier. Dylan Schreiner has 2 wins so far this season. And the guy on the bottom, Cody the Dominator Burke, 15. Who will it be? Out of turn 4, the green flag is in the air. Dylan clears into turn 1. And now Jesse Gordon all over the Dominator's bumper. But what a run into turn 3. Cody closes back up, 3 to go. Can Dylan Schreiner drive defensively? We're about to find out. Into 3 and 4, Burke underneath. 2 laps to go at Bristol. And for the moment, Dylan holds him off. They are even at a 2. Into 3 and 4. Even out of turn 4, the white flag flies. One more time around. They both bottle at a 2. Jesse Larkin right behind. It's going to be a photo finish. Dylan Schreiner wins at Bristol. Wow. Cody Burke comes home in 2nd, and Jesse Gordon, what a run tonight. Started in 25th, coming home in 3rd. Man, what a finish. Alright, we'll talk to our top 3 here in just a moment. Folks, don't forget, tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern, Jones BS Racing is back. Wednesday night, C12 Motorsports is back. And let's talk to our top 3, starting with Jesse Gordon. Jesse, I really thought on that final lap when they both bobbled coming out of turn 2, you were going to shoot by them.
I was really going to. It was just too narrow of a gap to shoot, and I think I could have maybe got them, but they were just side by side locked, and I couldn't make my way through. But I'll take third after the atrocious start to this that I had. Wrecked out. I had to pit. I pitted with like at lap 40 or something, and it unchecked and rechecked my tires, so I took rights on like lap 40. So I thought my race was over. I went a lap down, and I mean, it just, for some reason, all the cards fell the last 100 laps, and tire strategy, conserving, and man, that was a good race at the end. So I was looking forward to making it 3 wide at Bristol, but I just didn't have it.
Well, also the biggest mover of the night, you qualified in 25th and come to third. Man, that was one heck of a run at the end and one heck of a night.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, all this. I was also trying to keep my baby in this bassinet next to me, newborn that I just had this week. So yeah, I was a little distracted as well. So yeah, all in all, I'll take third. Also trying to take care of a baby at the same time to run iRacing. So all in all, it was a good race.
Well, great job. Go take care of the baby, buddy.
All right, thank you.
Jesse Gordon comes home third, and weirdly, the Dominator coming home in second. Cody, man, I don't know what to say. That was one heck of an attempt at the end. Both of you bobbled out of turn 2 on the final lap, and I wondered if you guys were going to end up in a pile of sheet metal for a minute.
Yeah, we got close there. It's so hard to pass at this track, and I think we were both being somewhat careful there. For me, I needed the points after the last point race, so I had to race pretty careful.
Yeah, you did take a big setback last week, but second place tonight is a huge help and is going to push you way back up there, especially with some of your competitors having issues this week.
Yeah, that's what I really wanted to do tonight. I wanted to be safe going into next week. I mean, I wanted to win, but not advancing is more important.
Oh man, another great race, another great finish, especially with everything you've had going on this week, Matty. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a rough one, so we'll move ahead and see what we can do next week.
All right, buddy. Great job.
Thank you.
And finally, our winner, Dylan Schreiner. Dylan, we talk about mirror driving when we're at Talladega and Daytona. On the restart, how much were you mirror driving the last 4 laps of this race?
And I'll be honest, I just could turn the mirror up and quit looking at it. I knew Cody was there. I knew he was going to be fast. Just had to hit my marks. I knew the bottom was going to be tough to pass me. I just tried to leave him a little bit of room, but not enough to get a run.
Well, it definitely worked out in your favor, man, and that was one heck of a run. You were up there fighting all night and definitely had one of the fastest cars all night because they had a heck of a time getting around you, and heck, you qualified on the pole tonight, too.
Yeah, it's uncharacteristic of me at this place. I'm not very good here. I've struggled here in the past, and I thought they were going to take it from me there for a little bit with the restart rules. I guess we're supposed to be within a car length of the pace car length and a half. I was unaware of that rule, but they cleared it up in the middle of the race, and we got it straightened up and went for it.
Man, you played the strategy perfectly. You played everything just perfect, and you had all the speed tonight, putting it back in victory lane. You're locked into the next round, and man, you've had a great couple of races in the playoffs.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. It's been a tough week for America, seeing all the stuff that's gone on. So I just want to say this one's for Charlie Kirk.
Oh, great job! And I have to ask the obvious question. You've had such a great start to the playoffs. Cody has not. Can you get the championship?
Yeah, we'll see. It's going to be a tough fight all the way. It's good to have a good first round, but with this format, it means nothing going into the next round. So we'll just focus on next week and then start over the next round.
Well, great job, buddy.
Thank you.
Dylan Schreiner goes to victory lane in a wild Bristol race. Now, folks, don't forget, we will have this race in 4K on our YouTube channel by tomorrow morning, and we'll start getting YouTube shorts out tomorrow afternoon, so make sure you tune in. Plus, rumor has it, I'll be playing ATS tomorrow afternoon. So, folks, make sure you tune in for that. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to come back to see Jones BS Racing's final season tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hope y'all had as much fun as we did. Have a great night, y'all.